Yes.
The thing I couldn't see, the other complaint, not complaints, because the crack were concerned forward in them. That there's up eaves,
Yeah, did you notice
I
those?
couldn't because the courts,
Okay,
so you would think that would accentuate,
Yeah, I'm gonna say if they're wet, you should be able to see
but
even
I
better.
couldn't, so.
all right, I wanna start with these guys, cause they gotta get to a 4 o'clock.
Dinner?
We wish.
Cocktail
No,
hour?
no,
Okay.
no fun site visits with
That's-
review board.
That starts at ten.
Yeah,
Well, or a little less, okay, we wanted to let the board know that we sent out more septic violation notices this week, so.
I read important, what's the violation? 7.
Oh, yeah, we did that, okay,
That's on.
that's on my list too, so, yeah, we're making lots. So anyway, just so you guys know, this is it, and the RFP submittal deadline is September 5th, so next week. So we'll, hopefully, we've got questions from one engineering group, so hopefully we get some other interested.
So that one's out of Watertown, and if you make, no, don't be afraid to remind Carr, wanna make sure they
Mm,
respond to it.
He doesn't want to.
Well,
I'm hoping, but.
If you want to respond,
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
did you hear anything back from the three?
yes,
Okay.
an attorney for 2 of them. One, the owner was very receptive and was getting on it right away. We sent her a list of available or engineers in the area. And the other one, not so happy with it, but getting an engineer, and actually that property is selling in 2 weeks. So, yeah, that was like,
so they're gonna have to have an agreement for you.
oh,
See, is it?
no, it's not. And so we were very surprised by this because the attorney is a local attorney who has called about knowing about what the proposed at the time law was. And yeah, somehow dropped the ball on this one. So the property owner said we will get an engineer, so we're, yeah, working with that. We did that, so yeah, and we did send out today violation notice, that short-term rental at 107 Grandview. And
Good.
went with the process of this, lots of 5 years worth of complaints. And here's what you're violating, it's a minimum $1,000 fine, so we'll see how that is.
Yeah,
I heard from Jackie Kelly and they village board had a meeting last night. I had put the question out about the Faces Funhouse violations. The deadline was a week ago Saturday. And I asked Janet and the board did they want to proceed? Heard from Jackie today that Janet doesn't have any experience with going to court and will not be going to court. So Jackie said, what else can we do? I said, well, Mark Schachner assisted us with the second of that Faces letter, the things that we were most concerned about. So I said, I will reach out to Mark and I will say to you guys, and Jackie said, please bill the village for the services of Mark.
We should sub it. Because we have, we could sub
Okay.
yeah.
150%.
Okay, so
See, that's new revenue.
I'm there, I'm there.
Can I get, hello, I won't call her, and I'll let you take me off him on the golf course and then tell him.
yeah,
He's already upset with Darcy.
oh, I know. No
It
permits
really
for
is not.
paving,
Really
okay,
is not.
okay.
That's my sister.
Oh, okay. So we left a voice message for Mark, so we'll hear back.
Okay.
See what he wants to do.
So do you wanna, he's into D&D, and there's still a problem?
Hmm,
Or do they at least notify you, even if they're there, it'd be like,
since we violated him, what is it, 950?
You may want to rephrase that.
Roll up and get him. 950. Well, we. This we issued a notice of violation and a
That's
fine
right.
in the amount of $150. We haven't, he
Yeah.
responded, otherwise no in town that we know of.
All I worry about is one of these days, he's gonna be doing somebody's driveway on the hill that was always permeable.
Oh, yeah.
And the stormwater is gonna be. I don't wanna go back to the days of, the rug guy, remember all that runoff from next door?
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
That's all I worry about is you guys.
Yeah, so this is, we're already in that situation, which was what prompted the $950 fine. And there is an engineer that is, was originally on the project, kind of disappeared for a while, is back in 100% and is working on stormwater management, and maybe the pavement has to come out. So we'll see what happens.
All right, man, you
Um,
guys have had an
oh,
exciting
yeah,
2 weeks.
that's been fun.
Never seen Dave's house.
Yeah. Last one is 67 Balsam. This is a house that has, I'll say, not been lived in for quite some time. And a week or so ago, we were driving by
Okay.
and noticed that now the basement, the door to the basement and some of those lower first floor windows are now open, which had never been the case in prior years. And we noticed a cat going around there, so now we're like a bit concerned that, right, it's open to the elements, so we wanna, yeah,
Do
send
you know
off.
the owner?
I do,
Are they still here?
I don't know.
Okay,
And this is the address of the house and where taxes would be getting mailed, but there's some kind of very old mail in this mailbox, but I don't
Didn't
really.
he just sell it?
no.
He had one for sale, did he sell it?
The end of all.
Yeah, that's what I
Right
thought.
across from Jack Mold.
Yeah,
Cause I know we used to go to Clayton a lot where his granddaughter lived.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna check some other people that will be sending bills from this building and see if we have any other address
and certainly, you
or
know,
contact information.
once you can get any information, you know, there are avenues like Adirondack Roots or like,
Right,
if it's full of mold and nobody living there.
right.
let me see the.
Somebody living
Gosh, we don't want.
down the street.
Oh, it's
Feel free to come sit at the table, there's no one else coming.
both of them.
Yeah,
So, yeah, just as a heads up. that we-
so not after you. Yeah.
Where I saw her years ago.
All right,
So
so
we're gonna follow up on that one and
is Karen a daughter?
No,
no,
next one.
I,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is, that,
What I want to see that name.
do you guys have anything else for questions for?
like, I called you on the Pendragon thing with
Mm-hmm.
Hex.
Yep,
With
sure.
their necklace. I mean, I understand them wanting to be there with a
Yeah.
college community,
Yeah,
but right next door is the
Yeah.
daycare, so,
not good.
yeah. We, hopefully, we're not too much further where we will have finalized, engineer stamp prints of the long building.
Okay.
Just to move ahead, like, I know we're okay on the foundation,
Yes,
but I
Yeah.
need the prints that are okay in the load calculations.
Yeah.
From the roof to the sidewalls to the foundation, okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
for engineers, there's all kinds of time, right?
Sometimes.
There's not all kinds of time for builders.
Right.
All right. Just an update, Rick and I just met with,
Hmm.
Mark Pratt. Stuart came in late,
Joe.
Joe Garso and Steve Sama
Okay,
on the roots of bringing power in
yep,
and to what degree at each end of the building. I know you guys will want to see that at some point,
we will.
but at least
Okay,
we're trying to get it right on the first round.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were out there for the footer inspections and everybody was, busy working.
I don't,
Came up on-
I don't know if Bedard was on your list for anything, but Tommy did talk to me yesterday. that he didn't think he'd have engineering to be able to do that system this year.
Yeah, I know he's supposed to do two line.
Bedard was one of them, I guess. Only because, remember I told you that's where this name Bob Richter came from?
Mhm.
Because I think John Corliss has said, no, I'm getting done. But
Yeah.
I guess at 83, it's okay to.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I only bring that up in case he was one of your ones that are supposed to be putting the system in.
well, we knew about it.
And I don't know
So-
if it is like gone in the winter, just a summer person, which
Oh,
makes it a little
Yeah.
easier.
yeah, it will, okay.
That's it.
Yeah. that's
Hey,
it.
any questions from you guys?
Okay,
Deal.
thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah.
early,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got 20 minutes to get there.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
All right.
A meeting, right? Yeah. Okay, a meeting.
It is, it's on Main Street at first and then we're up the lake.
Okay, just checking.
Okay.
Have one for me.
I didn't see it.
Geez, I paid.
Yeah.
Todd, what do you got for good news?
No news is good.
Yeah.
Now, you know, the only lack of progress that we've had, and that's the hearing,
Yeah,
we can say about, it, except, in part of their final proposal, which they turned right around, it's not the final proposal. Demanded 400.
Yeah, did that hearing ever, was worth their 2 days?
It's been pushed,
Okay.
they wanted to give us all a dance. You know,
Really?
they feel that.
Straight. For all of them.
And so we're gonna have to go song and dance. Asking, yes, again, they're asking for money,
yeah.
but we'll go.
Yeah.
And,
Did you write that tape down? Okay,
what's this?
Teams meeting, we'll do it by screen. Yeah.
So other than that, it's data collection for me, that's not very interesting, so,
Do you still get help from a couple of the gals at the county?
yep, she's just leaving now, Sylvia.
Okay.
So, and, she's very efficient, so. Put her heads together on his opinion when it comes to real estate, and
Yeah,
answer, get it on paper, get it on the computer.
are you any closer for that person? Isn't it high yet?
Really no time to hire this person,
Right,
so we're thinking, want to move forward with it. Sooner than later. Here's that grant is still built in my budget. So, projecting at this point. So,
okay,
and we looked at the ratios, personnel, recommended ratios, of personnel to parcel count. And we're low. So. I don't feel bad asking for help, like, when it comes.
When do you wanna process?
Give them the taste of my mouth. Last time around, I don't.
Yeah.
yeah,
When do you plan on doing that? When you'd like to?
Maybe release it at the end of October. And then do this after the big season.
you got my blessing on that one.
Full time?
Barely.
35,
I mean, what if we came up with a sharing? Not the same sharing this time.
Well, what other kind of sharing do?
Um,
Cause I think you make the job less, more sharing.
no, it'd be, and in fact,
3 months, is that what you're thinking? January, February?
For Copland, right?
are you predicting? What time do you have already?
No.
So,
No, like. It's goes down here.
reasonable.
It's right up there.
Part of the concept here is, again, get internet.
Right.
Are talking about me retiring at some point. in the future.
Right, and
And Deb would seem more likely, but he's working max out of social security, so
so I shouldn't talk about that.
she was talking about it.
I'll send her my Excel sheet, she can figure it out first.
Perfect. So that's where I'm at is. Light a fire and that process again.
You know, when we start getting frost, we start getting the fever for hunting, we're gonna get it done.
Then comes ski season, then comes, yeah,
But I do like the idea of, even if it turns into after hunting season, just have something lined up for early in the year. You know,
But you gotta understand. This person, unless things align somehow, is gonna be detriment to efficiency.
of course,
Not an augmentation.
right, because,
only you will know that.
At least at first,
yeah,
At first, hopefully just at first.
becomes a bigger problem as time goes on, and here we go.
Yeah, right.
well, think of just the classroom experience, Deb will be the professor up there. Doing the education, listen, you know. Yeah, enough said, yeah,
Are you there was she included in the interview last time?
No.
Okay.
You wanna keep that?
We do.
I'll take points from her, but I don't. Want a personality clash on.
Well, that's why I brought it up. If it happened during the interview.
It's not gonna be ours. And so my cousin, knee problems,
yeah,
they're inevitable.
right.
Steven steps up.
Well, anyone that wants to live
Right.
real property.
Steven,
Oh, any
a
Steve,
different gender,
I gotcha.
wouldn't be a queen bee situation.
All right,
That's
That's that.
well, you got enough good a sight in your,
It's close.
yeah. All right,
Would real property have any possible county?
They kind of
yeah,
had an open position for 2-3 years now, on basically a rotating basis, they hired a few people. But so go, saw opportunities. Problem with body snatching, we're gonna can find somebody who's steal,
Hannah's doing a good job,
best one can get,
you aren't kidding.
watch it.
Yeah, she gives us reports that meant, Mike Diskins, that really help a lot. Yep. All right, good. Oh,
Okay.
see you in a quarter. Yeah, yeah. Haley, the floor is yours.
Hey, so you're applying for CDBG again, right, okay, and, so we just have a hearing. As soon as possible, for the applications due. So, would you be able-
September.
yes, would you be able,
Oh, I didn't know it was that, we could have us,
it's late September, I shouldn't say that, we're trying to, hey Peg, whatever, I don't remember, it's just trying to get the application. Really, but theoretically, we could extra week.
could I do the public hearing right before? right
That's what I had asked, and sent her an email, is Lori not here? She normally sends out the notes.
Yeah.
Okay, I had emailed her last time we did this, she sent out the notice. There for us. And I see there, we didn't see it, but asking about the night. They usually only have to set aside like last time we did it at 5:20 before school.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was 10 minutes, and put out the notice of 7 days in advance, and then there's some stuff you have to pay.
can you give the language to Lori?
Yes, I did send that, I will check in with her about it.
Okay,
She wasn't here.
yeah,
Okay, I sent it,
She's here.
check that. But as long as it's okay, we can move forward, I just wanted.
and, you know, this area is successful for CD.
Yeah, you guys asked for the max last time, got it, and then you. Yeah. That's a very long list.
Oh, so you've got a list to start. from.
Yeah, so I mean, we can only do like 5 people or so per
Does it,
round and.
you have to re-qualify them or just?
They're on the list, the county holds the list, and they also can apply to the county whenever they want, but it gets.
By chance, do you know what the value of what they qualified for is?
So pretty much we get awarded a sum of money and then whoever's on the list, whatever needs to get done, that has gets done, so you just get through as many as you can before you.
Okay,
Was this the property? You looked at one?
oh, you mean over in Brandon? That has been transferred to the land bank.
Okay.
That building is demolished. And,
No, brand.
That's-
yeah, yep,
That was a very paperwork heavy one. The other big one I wanted to check in about was the smart growth grant. I emailed, heard about that earlier today, and I'm sorry, I just met with.
no, and that's okay because it was all brand new to me. I didn't
Yeah.
get a call last Saturday night.
Okay,
Patrick Murphy
We got.
called me.
okay,
Got the explanation. And understand the discrepancy is that we can only sign for 2 major smart growth grants in a year, right?
we can only have 2 open, we have the
Yeah.
open one for the pump track now, and we're gonna apply for the bathroom. And he was requesting that the town, because they can ask for more, and they have a better likelihood of getting it with the town as like the applicant or as like a partner. For like acquisition of those properties, it's going to work.
Do towns count more than villages being a sponsor? Or do you think the village already has?
Village has a project, right, as we talked to him this morning, Village has has a project and he's like, told them they just like. Seem interested, I think, I'm assuming because they wanna focus.
Well,
you know.
Those properties aren't in.
they're,
They're in the town, the Village of Saranac.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the village runs way out to Turtle Pond. You see the line for the town is right
Lots right
there.
there, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
and nobody else is on.
No, but
It's recorded.
recorded.
But they'll
Yeah.
watch us.
Well, I'm just saying, part of this decision could also be somewhat political.
That's what I figured,
Yeah,
that's why I wanted to ask, I don't know what you guys wanna do.
well, see. You know, I talked to Rick, I talked to you a couple seconds about it. But how would we as a board look at something going in that's gonna, housing? Versus 4 or 5 stalls of bathrooms, that.
Right.
That, you know, in property wise, I would much rather see that development happen in Saranac Lake,
How much, what's the max?
So this is a very small.
80, right?
It's like, so I think this was up to 130,
Okay,
if we're transforming the project, it could be up to 100,000, which I think they're gonna try to go for. If they can get the town to this, I also did direct him to other larger like, pools that are a little more, I think, appropriate. Although this is a bad one to ask for, but like housing funds, T and the store, which is an there. But those aren't open right now.
History, 300,000. 2 stalls
yeah,
for that.
Well, that would be transformative. We could, I don't think we can
Right.
apply for that, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know.
and of course, this grant, I think it said is sold acquisition.
Yeah, it's gonna go to an acquisition. Yes.
So it's not like things are gonna be developed in a year. I mean,
No.
this could be a 3-year project.
And like I said, I directed him toward like the restorative and the ESD, and those often need municipal partners as well, in which case they might come back and request further partnership in the future if we.
When do Northern Border, the one that's in January or
They're
February?
actually applying for an application for that, it's due soon.
Okay,
I don't know how much they're asking for, I think it's gonna go to that as well.
okay,
But I'm not sure.
so I didn't give an answer because it,
And he's also happy to answer more questions. I don't know if you guys need to decide now. I just wanted.
and I mean, wait till everybody's together.
What's the pump track completion supposed to be?
To purchase it. which is the next on my list.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once we purchase it, now we're back to having one.
Well, we have to,
Approved and everything.
I mean, it kind of depends, if we purchase it, like we're gonna use all of our money, however, we still have to site prep and install, which it could be. I don't know when the state's gonna wanna close that, they might say we don't wanna close it officially till like the ground and like be used, I don't know. So it could be not till after it's officially installed, or there might be some money.
And that's going to the right of the job.
Yep,
You don't want to go out there, got the machine going out there, sure that it meets your.
Well, I mean, that's the point. Have we decided which track?
So we only got one response from the company, but they had some different options, and I talked to Ken before I left. And he had originally been like pretty confident he would do the site prep, but now he has some questions and he's gonna talk to. Reach out to the company just to clarify that.
But we're still talking about the original dimension.
Yeah, roughly, like there's gonna, a few feet here or there just because, but. Yeah, it's up to us, you guys to decide though, if you wanna.
Well, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any of it, and I'm just trying to pace out the work that's gonna have to be done once Ken's done. When it gets here to install it, but we've also got field maintenance and stuff, the new equipment on the way that we'll wanna do fall too, so. That's my workforce at the same time, so.
you envision this being finished this fall?
I think the original plan was, it's not up to me,
Yeah.
but the original.
That's my
Yeah.
It was.
Okay,
But we have to order it, and the last time I asked, which was 8,000 years ago, they said that they can take up to 3 months for
yeah,
delivery.
that's what I remember.
Right, and I mean, it might change, and that may have different company, who knows, so it's for.
What happened to the originals?
So there were two big ones we spoke
Right,
to, there was,
right.
they're both really patriotic, it was much of the Pump Track USA and like American Pump Track Ramp Company or something.
Yeah.
And I spoke to the other one right up until through the whole like RFP process, and then they just like stopped responding, so no idea.
Because I remember the original one had everything you wanted, but they were very expensive.
Yeah, I don't know even know which one that is at this point, that was so
I
long
think
ago.
it was the USA or something like that.
It was the third patriotic ramp company. Maybe, but this one is within budget, I mean, it seems like a perfectly normal contract on. And I'm sorry, I will send these to you, I thought I did.
I thought about hiring UCI's track designer every year. Having him just design a pump track for us.
You don't know what's going on at Wakefield.
No, I don't.
I'll tell you when the cameras.
And that was $130,000 grant,
That was.
because we had a share,
Yeah,
our share was like 30,000.
no, so we originally were gonna do match, and then like, because we were gonna, no, we were going, originally going to. Hire out for, or contract out for site prep, and then decided, again, I was like, we can just do that in-house, so then we shifted those funds, so now all the funds are going to. The track, and I actually think it's like 1 year or something like that.
Okay,
I can't remember off my head at this point, it's been so long. But it's, yeah, we're not paying anything,
okay,
but we get reimbursed for it.
Yeah, and we kept some funds, leaf funds back, occupancy tax funds back.
where would that be?
That was a year and a half, a year ago. We kept some funds back, but sitting in the bank. The leaf bank.
Like, did we take it and allocate it somewhere? 'Cause I'm $27,000 behind it now.
We did.
They're expected.
So the check was cut and I don't know.
However, and we still have 30,000 from. Well, I shouldn't say ARPA money, but that was allocated for fencing.
Yes.
Okay,
So I guess if there, my concern would be is if we would order it and then have it sit all winter.
If it snows in October or something, or it's.
No,
not like
that's
it's
a 3 months, yeah, it's a 3 month
Right.
lead time, or we're not ready to order it yet,
Right.
we're not gonna get it until November.
When was the last time you reached out to them on shipping?
This was a while ago, this was when we were, in the middle.
Could you reach out to them again and say, hey, if we ordered it,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
thank you,
They're very responsive.
okay.
I just wouldn't want to sit all went through.
No, I'm, yeah.
Right.
Get hit.
I'm sure if
Apply
we,
properly, you know.
also, I'm wondering if we purchased it, we might be able to hold it till spring even now.
Derek, when you leave, do you leave in your pants? Seems that more. Yes.
Yeah, well, there's no bond.
I might second that request.
That's why he wears the coat too, because, you know, there and there.
There's no bottom in my pocket.
We know that, I know that. Yeah, if you can reach out, just and see.
Like one of those egg collector aprons, just.
I'll tell you what. December 31st, I'm gonna leave a pair of pants here.
Preferably cargo pants.
Yeah.
Unstitch the pockets.
Yeah. Oh, what else you got?
Otherwise, the town is requesting that, the village is requesting that the town apply to leave for $5,000 for fireworks for next year. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, I saw it somewhere.
Why would we apply?
Yeah, we wouldn't apply.
So Jackie had requested that the village apply for 5 and the town apply for 5, because there's like a $10,000 difference between what they normally pay and what they had to pay for next year, because it's super special
Celebration.
fireworks, yeah.
Oh, it's commemorate, what is it, 50 years or something?
It's
150.
250.
200, wait a minute.
Like the Ticonderoga thing, I get
Yeah.
it.
Why, we really can't apply for it.
Yeah, we did before previously,
Really?
then we determined that why.
It was kind of weird, yeah, but the village does occasionally apply, and I don't know if the town wants, I'm happy to write it up, but I wanted to ask first.
So I guess I have to be re-educated. I thought Roost puts on the fireworks anyway.
I don't know who
That's
does the
right, you're right.
fireworks.
Or do they just?
The village is paying for them, but I guess there's like this $10,000 difference between what.
I'll make a note now. I'll
But
talk.
we've already
to-
signed a contract with the firework people, so the fireworks are happening for that price. I know.
The village is paying.
They're passing the hat.
Yeah,
To collect, to collect the.
Okay. Which,
or Jackie's the one who came to me about it, so
Okay.
she might be worth just
Yeah,
adding.
then I'll talk with her and
Yeah, that
then,
was here.
Okay.
I didn't even go, but everybody.
and maybe that'll
Walk down, they said.
be a
this is-
segue in for what you found in the archives.
Oh, yeah,
What?
He had a new pyro,
Okay.
and I guess he lit off the closing, you know.
Yeah, that in the middle.
In the middle of the
I
morning.
know who it was. That new pyro, it was Doc Joe, the chiropractor that used to be up just
Oh,
above
really?
Lamb Lumber. Yeah,
Moonlight.
Joe Klaus.
Joe
Okay.
Klaus. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it was him.
Maybe we should go back to.
You know what, you probably got paid.
And people were super excited. They're like, wow, can't wait for the finale. That was.
Don't put your hands on.
And then it's just.
Yeah, the music keeps playing. So that was it for me, those are the big ones, otherwise it's just a lot of reporting, the smart growth thing, though. Should I just reach back out to
Well,
everybody?
the deadline was the 25th of September for that letter, wasn't it? For the sponsorship letter?
I'm not sure, I just talked to Patrick about this
Well,
morning.
put it this way. In my estimation, if we know like by next spring or summer, we're gonna wrap up the one for the pump track.
Yeah.
That leaves us one open, so I say we should sponsor this. I mean, for me, it always hits that note that going over the tracks, we're helping that end of North
Oh, yeah,
Elk.
yeah.
You forget, they tore the tracks up.
Yeah, I know, I get that even from my wife, there are no tracks anymore.
I still refer to the, you know, those people at the tracks, you know.
Yeah. So that doesn't take a public hearing or anything.
No, that's just a decision for you guys to change.
So put out to the two that aren't here if they have any opposition.
Yeah, do you want me to also put it on the agenda so that we reconfirm?
Sure,
Okay,
just to make this.
If there's any more questions, he said he's happy to talk to whomever.
But if we, not, but however, if we wait till the pump track is done, closed.
Mhm.
Is that soon enough for him?
Too late. That's-
It's too late. They
this
want it
official
by-
Letter has to be in by September 25th.
That's what I mean, but
Yeah,
But another opportunity.
another opportunity. That's what I mean,
Yeah.
oh,
you know, in other
I
words.
think we're safe.
we close-
Nothing
we
else.
close it,
I
then
mean,
it's up
assuming
again.
that they run this program again next year, they don't always run the Adirondack Catskills Smart Growth Grant, like that's just kind of a sort of.
They're regional.
Yeah, and they don't, just, I'm saying they don't run them every year.
Okay.
But they run them last year. But it's not like a huge one, it's just kind of nice because there's no match.
Seeing that you're so deep into money, you and I are gonna become good friends. I'm gonna have to recover from.
Don't talk to him till he's got the pants on.
Suddenly-
So he's just, so we can reach in and say, yeah.
I think that was it though.
Thank you,
It's like
Haley.
language reference to
Yeah, let me know what you find out with that home track. I'll go down and look at the area.
Yeah.
And
Some big pines that have to come down.
Yeah.
from that bottom. Sometime today.
The far right, as you're facing it.
Yeah, so where the machine is right now, where they put in, that's the starting, just to the right of that as you're
Yeah.
facing it, or some.
Yeah,
big
those are-
buildings.
So that's still a dog park.
Yeah, I just didn't know how far it was, either way, there's a lot of
Yeah.
big lines that have to come down.
They're not all coming down, but some of them. And
Just
we
keep
don't
it
care
there.
about little spots. What's your dog's name?
My dog,
Yeah,
Ponder,
Ponder.
yeah.
Ah, that's a good one.
So we don't care if Ponder's feet are all pitch.
Not your.
Alien.
That's right.
Yeah, not your problem.
Ken doesn't really like the pine and the pitch. You know, that may fall.
Yeah.
But. He said, I'm not gonna take my dog there, so.
Good. Thank you, Haley.
Thanks, Haley.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And sorry for bugging you while you were away.
No.
All right.
Got an hour.
It's not.
Yeah, the pond's getting smaller.
I know.
You got one sheet?
I got one sheet, and some things are just
Oh my
Quick.
God.
quick things. First one, Derek, had you signed the request for the $1,600 from county to go towards payroll for Camp Placid?
Yeah,
You did, okay.
yeah,
I just wasn't.
whatever
sure
those
before
forms
Kat-
were.
Yeah,
And I-
Kathy
and I-
talked down to you.
Yeah, and I thought there was 3 where we retained one.
I don't know, she sent one, all I know is that she sent the request and we would get $1,600 back,
Okay.
but I didn't know if that had gone or not, so that's why I was just checking.
Yep, I remember signing for it, but I can certainly,
I emailed Rose and copied Kathy and you asking if it was sent over yet.
okay,
So,
Yeah, I just didn't wanna miss the deadline with Kathy being out, but she hadn't done it before she left, I just didn't.
and I gotta find out what agency at the county youth commission is under.
it's through DLCOT, it's the
DLCOG?
Yeah.
health.
Oh, it's through health department, that's right.
So obviously Camp Placid's over. Haley's working through and Adrian are working through a little PTSD right now. We had a good meeting with Tim Seymour. Just talking about possibilities of shared services for next year. He's thinking about it, but he's open to it. He's welcomed us back again to the high school and elementary school. Also understanding that we have to, in some fashion, still be using the long building. But there are times during the summer that we couldn't fully use the space because they were doing some renovations. They had to do the gym floor, the cafeteria closed, and different things. So we can certainly still plan to be using the long building, just that it wouldn't be the primary place.
Yeah.
The benefit of being here just far outweighs in terms of ease of mobility around town. So he was open to that, so Alicia did a great job in terms of keeping things tidy and clean and working with the staff there, so everything, they were really pleased and would be happy to have us back, so that was a really good thing. He's gonna come back, Tim's gonna come back with what he thought would be a reasonable rate at which we might be able to get either adjunct part-time teachers or substitute teachers, maybe even a full-time teacher. But the model in which that Adrian and I are talking about is he really feels like that we're not gonna find people that wanna commit for the full 7 weeks. So if we could do like a 2 weeks on, or if they work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but not Tuesday, Thursday, if that was a swim day and. So we're thinking about different possibilities, how that might work. We did do some figuring on if we were charging for Camp Plaza next year, which I think we're all heading in that direction. But what that might look like. And so if we kept the same number of campers at 130 and expected that maybe 70 or 75% would pay. Versus take a scholarship. And we charged $50, it was 35,000, and that would come in as revenue fees from that. Which obviously would more than offset increase in salary and the addition of a few more camp counselors. So I think one thing that we really will have to get direction from the board on is how far does the town want to go in supporting Camp Plaza? Are we satisfied with 130? We know that we had probably 180. I would expect that we would actually get more next year. We could have up to 200 plus applicants next year because
Very
how the
easy.
program was run this year.
Word of mouth is everyone, they're like,
The survey, we had 28 survey respondents and they were all very, very positive. From the county, from this year's plan. So we just, in order for us to then start planning accordingly, we just kind of need to. Get some direction from you all on how far you want us to go.
What I had mentioned, this is I'm standing alone with this one. Is from the budget standpoint, my suggestion would be budget, just like you did this year.
Mhm.
And then. If we charge. Then. It'll sort of be an offset.
Right, then, I mean, that's how I was looking at, if we were to, if we. If we had a revenue of, even on the low side, $20,000, that would still cover additional counselors and a higher salary to be able to get them in, which would mean we could service more kids.
And as we got more in, you could hire more counselors because of the revenue.
I don't know if timing would work that
Well,
way.
you get
We'd
a
have to-
flavor for, if you got, when you open it up, you get 100 kids.
Right. Yeah, but we have to set the number based on how many we have to really work on counselors first, because we can't preset how many spaces are open. So it's a.
So you have to set
chicken and egg
on, you have to set on, you have to set your wage as well,
Right.
which is going to be higher.
Yep.
For adult counselors.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, we were thinking that for the minors, we were at 1680, we could probably go to 17 for like the 16-year-olds, but if we got more 17 and 18-year-olds, we probably have to go to 19.
Yeah.
1950, somewhere around there. If we got teachers, they're probably at the 23, 24 at least, right? And we're waiting to hear back from Tim on what he thinks he's gonna kind of feel it out with some folks.
Okay.
What's your feeling on you had brought up, both of you had brought up at one point, eliminating an age group?
Yeah, I still think the oldest group, I think, is probably still on the outside looking in. And the other thing that we're talking about is, do we really need to be 7 weeks? Could we be 6? And if the numbers were such that Friday was the most unattended day, then maybe we go to 4 days a week instead of 5. So we're looking at all those as possibilities, as possible cost savings against the original budget. Not necessarily that would change what we would think as a price that we would ask, like $50 for. For school district folks and $100 for outside the school district.
So if you were thinking about eliminating Fridays. Have you looked at, so there are diminished attendance, but by how much?
we're
Yeah.
averaging like 40%,
40% less.
On
Okay.
Fridays.
On Fridays.
maybe even more. I haven't looked specifically on Friday, but the most common days that people were absent were Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah, okay. I'm just thinking that, I don't know,
And there was
I
a
mean,
whole lot.
I'm not a big fan of
nonetheless,
that, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
So we can probably
the,
cut it to 6 weeks.
I mean, the one thing that we should say as the caveat to all of this is that. Nobody and the respondents that we got, the 28 of the parents that responded back. Wanted anything but something more. They wanted more hours, longer days. I mean, they're asking for something that is more akin to. I want 7:30 in the morning till 4:30 or 5 because that's. what I want.
Childcare.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
yeah,
talk about overtime.
we,
Right.
at the meeting that we had, Emily and myself and you two, that was the main topic. Do we run a daycare?
Yeah, exactly,
Do we run Camp Placid?
right.
And the biggest thing, you know, my concern, I talked to you both about the consistent overtime because of lunchtime.
Yeah.
Somehow we have to solve that. And I mean, I know Alicia was our most important person out of it all.
Mhm.
Every pay period represented $1,000 to her in
Mhm.
overtime.
The only way to get rid of overtime completely is to cut the hours of the program down to 7 hours a day.
Cause the kids have to still be monitored. During lunch.
Yeah.
It's not break time. It's not like us going out to lunch and 12 to 1, we close down.
Right.
We're still managing those kids.
And parents are late, picking kids up.
Yeah.
I mean, that,
Can't
And
control
maybe,
that.
maybe there's no way around it. I think. For me, I guess actually for Rick, I worry more about the audit that comes out of that.
That's, you cannot.
Because for one thing, to break it with adults, over 18 employees is one thing. We have 3/4 of our workforce that are minors. And it in violations, it's major.
No, so I mean, the other thing we talked about is then possibly as long as we have, because they're seated in place. Then your ratios change that we could potentially rotate staff. Weeks on, weeks off, but you're always gonna have overtime for somebody because if the day's already
Yeah.
is a full day.
So you need an hour for lunch. We always gotta have it.
no, just a half hour.
It's just a half hour.
You realize even if part of our program, and this is totally out of the box, so don't throw anything at me. But if, for instance, Shipman had 12 people on their board and their offer to watch the kids for that hour or hour and a half at lunchtime became a fundraiser for them, paying straight time for those 6 weeks could probably save us $10,000, $15,000. So if they had volunteers and they became employees, and it's, or some other civic group that could qualify to watch the kids at lunch, because time and a half for 10 people over there, 5 days a week for 6 weeks, it's a lot of money.
I mean,
They're not getting lunch?
$9,000 in overtime.
Yeah,
For the 7.
They're not
Yeah,
getting
I'm
lunch,
concerned
you have
about-
day trips.
Yeah.
They're all going, you can't leave or take a lunch break on a trip to the Wild Center for the day.
right.
I mean, there must be, number one, I'm concerned about the overtime, obviously, but I'm also concerned about violations. I mean, equally, but the point is,
They're allowed to work up to 9 hours a day.
yeah, but they have to take a lunch.
They're
Or
not,
two
they're
15-minute
paid,
breaks.
as long as they're
Yes.
paid, it's not
No.
No,
violation.
no,
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 see, it's a labor law, that's,
New York State labor law.
I didn't,
But the point is, and I don't wanna be the ones to ask New York State Labor Department,
right.
can we get an exception? Cause then they're gonna find out what's going on. You know, this is.
there's gotta be a way to alternate schedules so that we can eliminate that lunchtime problem.
And I think we discussed maybe checking with Department of Health that during lunch, can you cut the ratios?
Yeah, as long as they're stagnant at one place, you can cut the ratio down.
Right.
But the issue is for the problems that we have with the behavioral problems, the ADHD, a kid eats in 5 seconds and then they're running around the room.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
maniacs.
Very hard, it's like
So-
hurting butterflies all day long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not throwing at stones at you guys, I'm just trying to,
And because I'm not taking it that way. I'm
Yeah.
saying it's a problem.
I was sad with New York State labor laws, like with the field trips and things like that, there's gotta be a way around it, okay. That's it, but I mean, if we're present here, if we ever get caught,
Yeah, I mean, part of it to me is if it would be easier to work, there's always gonna be some that are going to get overtime. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no way to
Yeah.
cut everybody out of that.
Right.
Because,
Unless you cut the hours down to 7-hour day. which everyone would hate, because
Right,
they want nothing but more
Right.
hours, they want a 9-hour day.
I mean, this goes a little bit to Emily's request for having a parent committee. Tim said, you're insane to do that. He said, do not do that. You already have a direction that you know that you need to go. You've already heard from 28 parents what the problem is, and everybody's already been telling Emily what the problem is. It's not, they want more time. So bringing people in a room and asking them about what the plans are for the future, if we start talking about having to cut back,
Right.
I mean, you might as well
It's.
put it up on the flagpole on something. So it's just,
That's the challenge.
this is.
And like I said, I think some of the overtime, as you hinted, is a necessary evil. But whatever we can do.
Yeah, we need to fix that.
We can,
For sure.
yeah, we'll come up with a solution, just we know that not everyone would be happy with it.
I think if we come out and say this, whenever we do come out and say this, if it is voted on that we decide to charge, which I think that's the direction for sure that we're going in, we are going to get ripped apart publicly. So, cause didn't that happen before?
I don't know.
No, I don't think.
I thought we tried to charge once and everyone,
Well, there was even just the talk about charging for this summer, and I didn't even start work here, and I
Yeah.
was already getting
Yeah.
people complaining to me about it.
If they want their tax dollars to go to this, then they're gonna have to pay for it as taxpayers.
I mean, if they want a program, there's gotta be a way
And as
to
you-
fund it.
As you pointed out, this is the only free program probably.
That I've
in the
ever,
state.
ever heard of,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
That's it, that's it.
In the United States.
Am I correct to say that some of these kids are not North Elba residents?
A handful.
A handful.
Not a lot.
The vast majority are residents.
Well, that could be just saying, that could be used as,
Well-
if we charge this. If we did, like you said, I think we're going, where we wanna charge. But if you're not a North Elba resident, pay this much.
Yeah, and that's what we've been saying, is that it was like $50 if you're a resident here, if you're not a resident, it's $100
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but what they're gonna say is I pay $295 park district or whatever, it is $295 or $395 in my taxes already. So I'm not paying you more.
I gotta stand up.
Walk around a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
worst.
These chairs are probably.
Yeah.
If I can usually give them. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I tweaked mine today.
The other discussion point was potential of having sponsors for the trips.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of ideas funding ideas that can come out of this, and I'm including, different dollar amounts too.
Well, the trips were minimal in expense. I mean, really were minimal. I mean, people were already giving us such discounts or rates on them that it was so favorable just because they were looking at it like, hey, we got the kids coming.
But if you want to sponsor,
The biggest expense
Hmm.
by far, and transportation doesn't cost us anything, by far is staff.
Yeah.
And staff, it's $90,000 is in the budget for staff, and we're at 95 right now.
but the point is, if it costs whatever it is for that trip, doesn't mean that's what we're gonna ask for to sponsor it. You know what I mean? For a
Yeah,
sponsorship for
I
a trip
mean-
could be for a trip, it doesn't matter which one, this is a flat rate.
But we have to look at that on a legal basis too.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yes.
it took quite a act of Congress even to get a line item in our budget recognized by the state when we took donations for horse show.
Yeah.
There is a way to do it, but
So
all right.
we have a lot
Yeah.
more that we
Yes.
need to talk about, but it's a
Yes.
good conversation, but we just have a lot more. I've met with Willis twice now on budget stuff, capital requests, things that are shaping more like expansions of the tee box area. We talked about this on the driving range. Right now, there's, for example, on the upper tee box, the way that it's elevated and not very deep, and certainly not very wide either, Air can't get a full group out there for lessons. And Nobody wants to do on the low run because the high side to the low side is such a slope that. Can't really do much there either. So Willis and I were talking about is doing a two-phase project. The first phase would be, it's all on the lower side, on the lower slope. Is going from the bunker that's there and kind of going out about halfway to elevation to create a flat surface in the first year.
Phil,
Yep, and then in the second year, extend that even further, but having to do it in two stages, because the only way to really do that is to put sod down, which is what Derek and I talked about. And he agreed, he said, but that's a lot of sod. So the only other ones were really just expansion of a couple of different tee boxes. And stuff like that, which again is fill and some sod, so
Yeah.
he's working at prices on that, I'll have to you next week.
however, remember we've got a mountain of topsoil at the end of the runways.
Yeah.
I mean, a mountain.
Yeah.
That could be all the fill we need.
Yeah.
And do you realize just leaving it alone will start its own sod and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Right.
we have to seed it, but again, it means going back to highway at some point.
Right, to be able to truck it.
But the amount of fill you're talking about for 5 tandem dump trucks is not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not.
Because they can back right there and dump
Oh,
it.
that's true,
It's the time of year that you wanna do it. It's either gotta be right before the snow.
Right.
Because you
Well, it
can't
would be-
lose revenue.
right, yeah, I mean, that's what sod would do, would be to open up the chance of within
Yeah.
10 to 15 days, you'd be open.
Is sod a buck a square foot by now? Okay,
Yeah, he doesn't, he's gotta call the people and see what the price is, he's not sure.
yeah.
So working on that, but. The pole barn, I don't know if you'd stop out to see that, they're putting the cross braces on the roof to attach the metal to it, so it's coming along, looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Operation up in the pro shop seems to have smoothed out. Yeah, I have not had any complaints about Eric or anything like that initially in the beginning of the summer. He was new, there was a little personality conflicts and things like that, but I really haven't had any other complaints come my way about that. I think people just kind of know that, Eric is who Eric is, and
Do you think Eric is satisfied with the job and wants to stay?
he does want to see, he asked me today, he said, when do I need to come back and meet with the board to talk about plans for next year? So we have Craigwood invitationals, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after.
Yep, 8 to
And
9.
then right after that, he and I are gonna sit down, because he's pretty straight out between the end of the year, that tournament and the one that's happening this weekend. Out there, he's pretty busy, plus we lost one of our golf cart boys and we haven't been able to replace him with anybody, so. But we're gonna put the scheme together for what we think the pricing should be for next year. The only other addition to is some expansions to Club Profit, which are actually quite minimal from what we'd actually get from it, which would actually help to increase some revenue, so. It would pay for itself with just 10 bookings. I mean, it's like no brainer, but we'll go over all that when we do budgets talk and stuff, but. So things are going there, and so he said, when should we ask to meet with the board? So that we can talk about me for next year, because I need to start planning. And if we start planning for next year, I wanna be the one to do it, and I'm not gonna do it all for free.
Either
Meaning-
September 9th or October 14th. Right? Do board meetings?
Those are the board meetings, but we wouldn't wanna talk to Eric at a board meeting.
No,
Executive session.
I think it's
Separate
probably
meeting.
just, to me, it would be just an Emily and Rick thing as a liaison meeting.
Yep.
But, so I think he's satisfied,
Unless his contract comes in and. Wants twice the salary,
well, right, which, I don't know.
I've heard nothing but good.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how the numbers finally shake out, but, I mean, right now, we're still up. Over last year, so,
And is Gaddy calmed down?
yeah, I think so.
You
Yeah,
think-
I haven't heard any more.
Okay,
Eric hasn't said anything else, and I personally haven't heard any, I've been in there when he's been dealing with customers, I haven't heard anything else.
okay,
So I think
good.
he's kind of. Well, not that. So I had sent out the message, some of you had heard, we closed the last day for the beaches this Monday. Tuesday morning at 8 a.m., we're pulling the docks and the buoys and everything, that's all set, the gym. To come in with the scuba gear and dive down and unhook them all, and we've got Trent's all set with the guys and I'll take them out, so.
What do you do, run the tractor down or the bucket loader?
We need the
The forks on the bigger
on
one?
the forks on the bigger one to move those are really heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The main
The-
dock.
no, the floating dock,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, those are still.
I think Brad. always
Brad does the big one.
Yeah.
So I have to take that other one out too, I think. A handicap canoe.
Oh, yeah,
So my last is over to Showgrounds, things are fine there. The addition of George has really helped with camaraderie and morale overall. And I had good meeting with Ward last week, he's on track and that's really good. The one bad news is, and I don't know what we wanna do about this, but I'm really kind of ticked off about it right now. Is if we have to hit one more state with a vet track out there, I'm gonna lose my mind. We pulled 2 pallet fulls of tent stakes from the Florida Tent Company out. And we thought we got them all, but we hit another one with the vent track and sheared off a bolt that's gonna cost us a couple $100.
Let's set
And
the
so-
double horse show. That was part of our deal.
Yeah.
That they would pull those.
Yeah, so I'm not aware of that, so if we had something about it, we probably.
Now,
When everything's
to
all-
us, it
Yeah.
would be done.
Yeah, so and I had told Alan that we had 2 palletfuls of tent stakes.
did we run into it with the vent track because the vent track was mowing?
Yes,
And they're too close to the ground to see?
so. We had one, we cost $900 to fix, and I don't know how much this one is right now that they're working on.
I'm gonna,
This one, I don't
I'll
think-
put a serious warning out to Alan. And there's a degree where we're at the mercy of these frickin' tent people because they're
Right,
indigent.
I get it, and.
Yeah.
And I'm supporting my guys on this, they went around in all the corners and you just miss one. I mean, they pulled 2 pallets worth out of the ground. You
Yeah.
miss one, it's $1,000, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
that's-
How hard is it for them to pull
They're hard to
all the
pull, they
pins
don't pull easy.
They don't pull
when they
easy
take the
because
tent
they're.
down? It should be
Right.
part of their process.
You
It
aren't in,
is, but they have said, we're not pulling them all because we're coming back next year, and
No.
so they're in the ground, so that's. We know that company is not coming back, but they are, most of the ones that they leave are the conical ones that are screwed into the ground. So you can't just hook a loader up and pull it out, you're gonna pull up, 10 feet of soil around it, because they're corkscrewed in.
just like a power company uses for telephone poles.
Yeah, so it's a mess. But, so anyway,
Look
so,
a post hole digger up to it and hit it in reverse.
Yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying, the problem is if it were straight pulled, that wouldn't be a problem, but it creates a huge divot.
Look at how many bend when you do pull
Oh, well, that's true too.
them, yeah.
But we've got the barbecue this weekend, we power raked the 2 main ones that they're gonna use, and we've been. With chain link fence, we've been leveling all the other ones, dragging chain link fence on it to level them out and stuff, and it looks.
Do we have to set up cones or anything for them for entry or?
Yeah, everything's right there, they have people that are managing it for them, but all the cones and the signs for directional and everything are right there at the little. The hut right at the.
Could be a
border.
rainy day.
We've had a few somewhat unexpected breaks out at the athletic fields of water lines. Nothing, I mean, we had parts to replace them, but
Inconvenient.
yeah, inconvenient, we can't really discern whether or not, I don't think it's anybody drove over them, I just think joints gave way or something, who knows, but we've had to replace at least 4 just in the past 2 weeks, but it's the time in the summer too where the ground's really hard and who knows?
Fred talked to you about his discussion with me. About moving 2 of those buildings.
So he he, so I had heard from Ken about moving the buildings. And so then I went over and I just happened to be talking to Trent and Trent said, so are we moving these buildings? And I'm like, but I don't know that. I haven't talked to Rick, but yeah, it'd be great if we could get them out of there. But we have a problem moving the far one because the irrigation system is
Trench or that wouldn't be a problem, but.
Yeah.
I was waiting on Ken. Cause they were going. As you drive into the pickleball courts,
Yeah.
there's all that grass on the left.
Yep.
Nobody was sure. How deep
How
it
deep it
was.
was.
Okay,
And so Ken was going to take the fill from dog park
right,
and just throw it across the parking lot.
okay,
And it ends up that he won't, he doesn't need any fill at all the last time I met with him.
Yeah.
Cause it's actually high, he's gonna have to grade it,
The drop off doesn't start till a little bit farther down.
oh,
so,
it doesn't, I thought it was a whole, okay.
no, then they started with design.
Yeah.
Rather than just putting them like this, then you're gonna lose a couple parking places, well, why not put them so you can drive in from the end? So I didn't get back to Trent on that, but I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
he's just waiting for the time. is
Yeah,
the big
I mean,
thing.
we would have to take fence down to get them out. Because that,
And why it reminded me was, that's Trent's main thing is all during the cross, they're driving out there with trucks. He says, who knows what they're running over?
those are none of the ones that are broken out. The ones that are out in the field are the ones that are broken, so.
Anyhow,
But we will in the budget request capital, we'll be asking for a new control unit. Because the one we have, believe it or not, I'm pretty sure Trent said it was from 2005 and that system is.
Obsolete,
Well, it's only a couple years old. We only put the irrigation in how long ago?
right.
5 years ago?
But for a single wire system, that's the only programmer they made for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we got an old one. It would have been nice to get one that was at least from 2020.
Yeah.
Instead of one from 2005. Either way, either the unit was bad or it did get hit by lightning and. Trent understands what it's doing right now, so he can manage it. But to really get it to do what he wants to do, which is I need to water this field because I've metered this field, I need to do this one. He can't do that.
yeah.
He has to run the full cycle, whether he needs to or not.
Has he verified if a new programmer can do that for
Yeah.
him with a one wire system?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, or at least the other guy, what's his job,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be good.
good,
it's hard to move it too.
yeah, right.
All the equipment's been ordered, we don't have an update yet on that, but I imagine probably in the next 2 weeks. He said probably by end of August, beginning of September, so fingers crossed there. And I did talk with Derek, I did talk with Adrian, and she looked, and PLL has not paid us the deposit.
Okay,
And so I didn't email everybody because I didn't want to blow Eric up in front of everybody, but I wanted to give him a chance to say whatever.
yeah,
So I emailed him and said, we don't have it. But if you think you sent it to us, I need a check number and I need a date that you sent it because.
Yeah, I think
We're
it's
not-
around 20,000. I don't have anything from,
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
did you check with Rose?
I enter in all the checks.
Oh, that's right, then you
She-
bring it to Rose.
Yeah, unless
You went all the way back to February,
I searched February through June.
Okay,
and he said he sent it in April or even beginning of May. So, yeah, we never got it, so.
Unless it was
So
a
that's
different company
outstanding,
name, I don't know.
and my last piece.
it probably would have come from Summit Lacrosse.
Comment?
Yeah, but I sat and looked with her, we looked PLL and Summit and stuff. But, and Eric has not responded to me yet,
Okay,
so I'm gonna give him another day, and then
yeah,
I'm just gonna go to Kevin. Cause.
Yeah.
I mean, and he still hasn't sent us what the count is, because I need to generate a bill,
right,
they still have not been forthcoming on that.
That tournament you wanna have in October?
Yeah, tell me about it. And then my last thing is, we're still have not heard from Michelin yet. An initial response earlier this week said that we would hear by Friday. Last night, there was like a 9:30 email from Richard to Orta that I was copied on. That the Michelin executives want figures. They like the dog and pony show that they got, like, this is what we do, this is what we could be, and they're like, okay, so now talk to us in dollars. I need to know how much. Each, like, what are you offering? Sponsorship, World Cups, whatever, I need a package, what are you offering? And what is its reach? So how many impressions, you know, what's.
Is that our
media reach?
responsibility?
That's Ortis, but this is, and I.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, had said to Derek was, this was my initial concern of getting Orta involved.
Yep.
They're not the fastest at responding or most efficient in this way. And the last corporate sponsor that they had brought in took them 2 years to get a contract. I mean, they're gonna be long gone. I mean, they want stuff now.
Again, my opinion only, and I know you don't wanna hear this, let it roll.
Yeah,
If they don't come.
yeah, well, at this point, there's nothing I can do. I mean, it is up to them, and Tate's response to him, his last line was, we will get it back to you at our convenience.
There's a,
But that's what.
there's an arrogant
You,
response.
yeah, that's something you really wanna see.
Do they not want to make money?
Yes, no, that's how they operate. That's
That's
insane.
unbelievable.
So I'm nervous that that's just gonna, like, that it will just kill the deal altogether.
Yeah, I mean,
Because-
it may have already killed
Yeah,
it, that response.
Oh, yeah, that would kill it for me.
Yeah,
But on the, I guess the brighter side, if that's all they're after. Then fine, let it be dead.
yeah,
You know, if they're not after. What the benefits they can gain from being here and us putting the track in and everything.
well, and
else.
I think that's, yeah, because I think what they see is from a track perspective, from cost perspective, they can go to Michigan and
Sure.
Minnesota for virtually nothing.
Hmm.
Ship the tires there, that's it. There's already vehicle manufacturers, Subaru and I think Ford operating their winter tracks. They're just gonna put their tires on them and send their people there, like,
Yeah.
done, doesn't cost them anything, really.
I did
This
notice
is
when Mark
infrastructure.
pulled up with a loader. Out of the dog car,
Are they Michelin?
the initial tire.
And listen, like so many corporations are going stagnant right now, not understanding.
Since then.
You aren't kidding.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's a French-based company, so.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
tariffs are hitting them. I actually noticed too, one of the skid steers from whoever's doing the paving. Out there has Michelin's, the new Michelin's on them, which are the center core of them, it looks more like a bicycle wheel with rubber spokes.
Oh, no
to it.
kidding, really?
It's completely airless, there's nothing, so you have a thin tread on the exterior.
Yeah,
And then you have some kind of
design.
poly resin material on the inside that are actually the spokes. And so the tire, that can be retreaded and you can keep that initial base. So that's their new thing. So it's the first vehicle I've seen with them on it. And they were cruising right around out there with it. So,
Donate my car. They want to get into-
you know, they're kind of funky looking. I don't know how they ride. But that was it.
do we want to follow up conversation? Because of our conversation with Adrian? With Dick, I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You can do that, whatever.
You guys don't need this, but I want to bring him up to par where we're at.
Yeah.
One other, this was just today, so. I should have met with you in private. I had no time. Had two complaints actually, and complaints, there was more concerns with the new park in Newman.
Okay.
That the comment from one was that the slide, the border
Mhm.
was too close to the slide and the swings. So I went down and looked at it and they're not close,
They're not close at all.
but the other,
In fact, they're farther than what the regulations call for.
so the other was, and this is where I think I haven't gotten back to this individual yet, but the other one was my kid came off the slide, had forward momentum, fell forward and his foot got caught between the rubber and
the board.
Okay.
Maybe we need a couple more bags of rubber and bring it up level.
Bring it up almost level so that you,
Well, defeats the purpose of the board.
because I've stuck my foot in this far. So it's a trip hazard. I don't know. We talked about a kickboard maybe. To close it down. But again, I
Yeah.
talked to
We,
Brent and he said they put that cap on, keep the rubber.
correct,
Sure,
because otherwise you're gonna have the rubber everywhere.
Right. So,
So we can, I mean, we can certainly take the 2x6 off, or we can cut it down. So that, because what it's doing. So it has two functions, one was to keep the rubber in, and then the second thing is to keep the rebar. That
from showing.
yeah,
right from
Yeah.
going, so
Well,
we
you
have to
could
have
put
something
or-
there.
put a kick plate down, just in front so your toes can't go in and trip.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I also think that as soon as rubber gets redistributed around,
Yeah.
it'll open up another area that could.
Well, the
Yeah,
other thing is, we do nothing. This is two people.
right,
I don't know how many people have been down there, but it's two
Yeah.
people. Again, are you going to put thousands of dollars into?
Well, I mean, the material is already there, I mean, if we
Right.
just need to cut the 2x6 down, so it just becomes a top cap.
Yeah.
And so
Or-
now the fill is just high, just
Right.
higher to the rubber.
Yeah.
But then at least it's visual, you're not gonna get your foot underneath it, we can.
Whatever, that's,
I mean, we can
as
do
I
it.
say, I just pass on when I. I feel like the complainer, but I mean, I walked out there was a lady out there with her. I said, do you have any complaint? No, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I think
I mean,
that's the.
They just counteract complaints.
Right. There
I mean,
you
we
go.
can get rid of that and just keep it as like a capper on
Whatever.
the top, it's just cut it flush. It would still hold material in, but then at least it's not a.
yeah,
right.
Catching underneath, so we can do that.
But there's no way it's too.
No, there's definitely not.
I talked to Trent said, well, I tested the slide out. I said, oh, don't tell me.
So the swing.
Someone videotapes parked
So when you
guy
swing
going
the
on the
swing
fly.
back. It only needs to be as far as the swing goes back.
Right,
Yeah.
because you don't jump off.
You're gonna jump off in reverse. And if you jump off in the front, we're already 3 feet longer than what it actually needs to be. There's no kid that can get enough momentum to make it to the, I mean,
Yeah.
not even.
I think it's more that if you do jump off, if you stumble forward and just so happen to catch your toe, I think that's where but
Yeah.
again, it's brand new.
Yeah.
It's a new thing, so
Our kid's still trying to get up high enough to flip over the bar. So we used.
oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
Oh, yeah.
I looked at
Yeah.
the ladder you pointed out. I never even, there's a gate there.
yeah,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They put a gate in the
Yeah.
ladder.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here, kid,
yeah,
Yeah.
save
you
yourself
go.
some steps.
yeah,
So the only thing we do need to get, Adrian,
Where is
is
that
if you order
also?
from Amazon, it's a little sign that we can attach to the metal going up the stairs that
it
says.
might, it might be.
That's awesome, yeah.
Caution slide maybe.
I don't think it's Johnson, I think it's.
That's
I know,
Paul.
it's ridiculous things,
Yeah.
who even uses a metal slide but we just need that.
Uh,
Amazon does the little signs for 15 bucks.
What,
You have to do that.
this may be hot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's about to be ice cold.
well, it's on your coffee mug, so it might just won't be on the
Put
slide.
it out there. What was the other
Slide may be
thing?
hot.
Maybe after
And
the.
that reminds me, Adirondack sign still has our other signs, cause I thought I was gonna go down there, we haven't, I didn't go. So they're just sitting out their stock shelf down there.
Oh, there's some show.
Yeah, we just-
Adrian, thanks for sending the plaque to Zach.
Did anybody see smoke signals coming up for the town?
No, I don't know.
When was it sent?
Last week,
Yeah.
yeah,
Whatever,
He gave me his address and.
Oh, good.
He asked me to send it to him.
you know, okay,
So he.
yeah, so you can,
Really?
It's out that. So you can
it's
shop.
wood, right? You just put it
Right,
in.
it's just, yeah, it's kindling.
$200 piece of wood.
And then thanks for you guys' willingness to chip in on the barbecue. I just gotta confirm with Joey tomorrow, but I think it's gonna be Thursday next week.
good.
I just paid my taxes. I was expecting it to be at least a couple weeks out.
I'll take care of Rick's share, okay? I
And
wanted
I
to
talked with
make
Ken,
sure.
and said that would be his best pay for his staff too.
Good. Good deal.
Cool.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Policy man, should I call for executive?
Sure.
All right. We're in need of an executive session. To talk about personnel, and it is 4:50.
And thank you for being done by